Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Adam. I'm one of the best men with Dilly. I was really pleased when Chris asked me to be his best man. It's a real honour. I know Brad was a bit gutted because I could let him come up here and do the speech, but I won't.
That was the whole reason.
Well, yeah,
didn't want the
we've
speech.
kept out all the stories. It's all good things.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, we had to really. Natalie would never speak to me again otherwise.
We've got a few if you want some.
We've still got a few, but you know, yeah. Well, I've known Chris for about 20 years now. Went to school together, out of school together. We worked together as well, so it's quite possibly the longest relationship he's ever had, really.
We don't sleep together.
Well, we have once. We did once. But it wasn't top to tail either. So, you know, but, I said, yeah, I've managed to put up with him for the last 20 years, and I hope you can put up with him for the rest of your life. We all know how annoying he can be. Right, I'll have to check the words now. Yeah, I think meeting Natalie was one of the best things that could happen to Chris. He's grown up immensely. You know, he doesn't go out and get into as much trouble as he used to do. There have been a few times where he's turned up at my house in the morning with, say, a few blood stains on his shirt. Yeah, we tend not to ask too many questions then, because what he tells you is probably all lies anyway. So, you know. Right, what else we got here? Yeah, I think you two have been together for about 4 years now. Met at the folk festival. I think you've been drinking quite a lot. Yeah. Big on big and all that.
Pardon?
Yeah, and 2 years ago they were blessed with a gorgeous little girl. And luckily she gets her looks from Natalie, and hasn't inherited Chris's nose or yeah, it goes without saying, as I'm sure you all agree, how beautiful Natalie looks today.
Yes.
And Chris, you're a very lucky man, and I wish the pair of you all the best.
Isn't what you said last night?
No. And now I'll pass you over to Dilly.
Thank you.
Right, it's good evening now, by the way, because Mike's dragged on so long. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Chris's older brother. I was delighted when Chrissy asked me to be a best man. I know Brad wasn't, I've written that up. As you know, Chris is very competitive, and so standing up here today, he's finally admitted that I am the best man.
Well, I think you're winning next week. You stole it.
I'd like to start by thanking again the bridesmaids. They look really beautiful. And Layla for being so well behaved.
Sorry, I didn't mention that. You do look
I'm just going to talk about our childhood, really, and some things we used to get up to. Chris is he's very adventurous, to say the least, and he had many hobbies and pastimes. Some of you probably don't know, but Chrissy used to be a keen horse rider. He used to have horse riding at Hinton Martell.
No, it's not Pritchard. Oh, and Hinton Martell.
Hinton Martell,
yeah.
He did a few gymkhanas and high jumps.
Got some rosettes.
Rosettes. There used to be a photograph in the album, but I couldn't find it, so I think you've probably taken it. Yeah.
There on the thing.
Is it on the board?
Yeah.
Yeah, with all of his gear on he used to wear. Yeah. Their riding lessons dwindled away, didn't they, Chris? And you went on to the next hobby, which was fishing. Now, Chrissy was a very keen fisherman. He started off river fishing. His hotspot was a paper mill in Witchhampton, where we used to live, where he used to always manage to catch something. He then moved on to lake fishing, fly fishing, when he used to sit in his room making little flies. in his bedroom. He's still got, yeah.
Is that when he was listening to Bros? Remember that, Chris?
I had Boscat as well.
He did. Then he started sea fishing. You used to go sea fishing with Dad, didn't you? No, not for long, because you went to Ireland, didn't you? On the sea fishing, and you were quite ill, weren't you? Sat on the boat with Dad. Yeah. Now, I've got one story. I had to check some details with Brad about this, where we were in Witchhampton, walking along the side of a river, and we saw this massive fish in the river. Was it a salmon?
It was.
It was a salmon.
Yeah.
Huge. Now, we watched Chrissy jump over the fence with his little rucksack with his rod and everything to go about catching it. Now, whilst we were watching over the fence, it was actually stranded because the river was really low. Chrissy just lobbed a rock at it. It was big, wasn't it, Chris? In his bag, took it home. Look what I caught, Mum. That was Chrissy's fishing. Now, Chris was a bit of a survival fanatic. We will pass these around in a minute. From a young age, he used to dress up in his army uniform with his little knife and everything. He used to go off making camps and bases, keeping out of trouble. For those of you that went on the paintballing a few weekends ago, this is Chrissy in the same looking really hard. And as the saying goes, all the gear, no idea. Right, this is Chrissy's recent hobby, the most recent one. He's been doing a diving course with Adam, QE School, trying to get your licence to dive, aren't you? Now, Chrissy's always been a keen swimmer. As you can see, he takes his diving course very seriously and takes time out to do extra training. Here's a photo of him last week doing sea diving. And the number at the bottom you have to ask Chrissy about, because I'm not saying anything about that.
Alright, yeah.
Right, okay. That was just a few childhood memories of mine. Just to say that Chrissy's very lucky to have met Natalie, who I'm sure you will agree looks stunning today. They've got a beautiful little girl in Layla, and together they make a perfect family. There she is. We wish you all the best. And before I do that, do you remember what the pig did to the cow? Yeah. Would everybody now raise their glasses? Raise the happy couple.
Chris and Natalie.
Chris and Natalie.
Alan, sorry, I've got one more.